if I wasn't me, I'd be like, wow, that's a great show. Maybe I can't.
Local pop princess Teddie has just released a brand new tune called Strawberry Cake. To celebrate, she's about to head on her first tour, which will kick off here in Newy this Friday night. Here's the chat that we had with Teddie ahead of her show. Let's talk about this brand new single, Strawberry Cake. Can you tell me a little bit about the inspiration behind it? Because it's super existential and it sounds like there's a lot going on.
Yeah, it's I guess I've kind of explained it as like it's about cake. It's a bit silly and fun, but then yeah, there is a little bit of like more deeper meaning, as most songs have, but kind of just appreciating making another birthday. But then also just kind of like I've always loved my birthday, and then I find on the day like I end up just being really stressed about it and emotional and stuff. So I feel like a lot of people might be able to relate to that. But yeah, I kind of had in my head, I was like, oh, I just want a song where I can just kind of like wear a pink dress and like it's a bit fun. And like the cake just kind of slotted in there as well. So that's kind of how it came about when I was writing it with my producer, Nick. The theme of the day was like cake, and then I basically just wrote it from there.
Can you please tell me a little bit about creating the cover in the bathtub with all the balloons?
That was, I think I did that maybe like a couple of days after my actual like 24th birthday. So I still had like all the balloons in the house. And I'd organised with Nathan. He was going to be in Newcastle because he lives in Sydney. I was like, do you want to just come over and like we can use the balloons? Like it's very fitting. And we kind of tried some other photos like in the lounge room, but they ended up very dark. And I was like, I just don't feel like it's, like they were cool if I was a different artist, I think. But then we're like, oh, let's just try a couple more somewhere else just to see. And I was like, because it's this gorgeous bathtub. I don't live there anymore, sadly, but yeah, so we filled it with the bathtub, and we had like a Woolies like sprinkle cake, like that. There was some other photos there.
Yes.
And then yeah, that photo is I think one that Nick took on my film camera.
Cool.
And so I was like, I really like that one. I was like, I feel like it's very like Lana Del Rey or like something with so yeah, that's kind of how that all came about. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd love to know, what's the transition been for you, going from playing sax to being the front person of your own creation?
It's definitely bizarre, but yeah, like I think like I love doing both. I really love playing sax or just playing with other people as well. I almost liked that it was like less pressure. I was like, I just get to kind of chill in the back and whatever and show up to rehearsal. But yeah, it was kind of like last year of uni, I think, when I was starting to be like, I never really even sang before this. I think I wanted to, but I was like too like, oh no, that's too scary. And then I was at a New Year's party with my friend Campbell Burns from Vacations, and we were friends, but we weren't like as close as we are now. And I was like, oh, I really want to like just write something. And I think I was starting to, and he was like, I've just got like a tiny little setup if you want to come over and just play around. And I was like, okay, cool. And so I went over, and I think the first song we did was Call Me, which was the first song I ever released.
Yeah.
And then I was like, this is really good. Like I could maybe do this. And so yeah, I'm still playing saxophone and stuff, but it's definitely I really enjoy the creative side of it all and stuff, which you kind of miss out on when you're doing the session musician stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm very pleased I get to do both. But then also, yeah, it's a lot more scary, and that's your name on the list and stuff like that. So if something goes wrong, it's like, uh-oh, but the perks are worth it. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think people still get surprised when you pull out your sax and do a, rip a solo?
I think so. I think I forget that I play saxophone sometimes, even though I have a degree in it. But yeah, I think people just kind of forget. Or I had friends who were like, oh, we need some instrument on this track that we're gonna write. And I could do it. And I was like, I placed it. And they're like, oh, that's what? So yeah, maybe people do kind of forget, but that makes it kind of just more epic if I do.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you have so many people behind you. I mean, it's been quite a short period of time since you originally started Teddie, and you seem to have like a cult following. How does it feel to have so many people wrapped around your music and what you're creating?
Oh, thank you. That's, really nice to hear. Yeah, it's definitely special. And it's definitely nice having, I feel like the Newcastle music scene is very like supportive.
Mm.
Everyone's kind of backing each other, which is really nice. Um, and yeah, it's just about kind of like, even this tour, it's the first tour that I'm doing. Because I think I was just like, will people come? Like I guess that's a scary part about being the artist too, is playing the show and like asking, people to spend money on a ticket, it's a lot.
Mm.
So yeah, it does feel good, and I am looking forward to the tour regardless if people come or not. So yeah.
Yeah, it's super exciting. I can't wait for the tour. So you'll be playing
Mm.
King Street on the 7th of June. Can you tell
Yes.
me, do you have anyone on support or anything planned?
Yes. Yep. So it'll be just over one weekend, like 3 dates in a row. Newcastle first, which I'm pretty excited about. And I've got Day Trip, which is Ben and Zoe. Ben's actually playing bass for the Teddie set, and it's their first show ever. I think that
Oh,
they've gone to do
wow.
ones and then like been Zoe's gotten like a cold and it's been like really awful. So I'm
Mm.
really looking forward to seeing their set. And then also Daphne, who I've met before, and I'm really excited to see them as well. So I feel like I'm really excited for the lineup. And then Sydney is actually Jimmy Osborne is going to play and Lucy
Oh,
Sugarman. And so I feel so stoked that all these people said yes. Like I think if I wasn't me, I'd be like, wow, that's a great show. Maybe I'll come. And
exactly.
then Wollongong is kind of a lineup put on by the by yours and ours
Mm.
for the long weekend. So yeah,
Yeah,
that one was pretty easy with the supports because they did it.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to see what's next for you. Thank you so much for
Thank you so
jumping on
much.
and chatting with me. It's been awesome to, catch up.
Yeah, anytime. Thank you so much for having me virtually today. Yeah.